so funny because we're sat there like with this smile on thinking, waiting for it to go live. You know, sometimes how it like these freeze frames you get sometimes, these freeze frames, well, they catch you just before you go live and you're like,
I'd probably be picking my nose or something.
when you go live and you're like, oh, so funny. Well, hello for anyone who's watching.
Hello.
This is fabulous Sandra, who we have in the house.
Hello.
You're actually in Spain.
I am. Thank you for having me.
So thank you for joining us. And it's fabulous that we have the technology that we can have you in Spain. I'm sat in sunny Sunderland. I'm sure it's just as sunny and hot as where you are. And have a conversation.
It's hot here today. It is definitely hot here today. Summer has arrived, and this morning when I was getting ready to come to the office, it was almost like I'd opened the front gate and it was like an oven had been turned on. So it's like summer is here, summer has arrived.
It is not like that here.
Okay.
In fact, last night I took Angus for a walk and I ended up putting my big coat on. And I got out, I was a bit too cold, but I was like, come on, people. Come on.
Because you had lovely weather though a couple of weeks back.
We did. When I was in Australia, it was raining. I missed it. But anyway, it's going to come back. It's June. It's June at the end.
It will do.
So anyway, we haven't, dialed in here today to talk about the British weather or Spanish weather. So if you're watching, give us a hello. Let us know in the comments. Sandra has been in our world for a few years now, doing all the things. Started off with Selling with Certainty and Soul, been in Limitless program, been a one-to-one client, been to one-day events, had VIP days. She's just an exclusive, VIP who just does all the things.
I've done all the things. I've tried all of the options on the menu. I'm very glad I did. Put it that way.
So, we wanted to talk to you specifically today because there's so much we could talk about the fact that you came to a one-day event with us, didn't you? And spent the day in the room with lots of other fabulous people and us, and experienced some significant changes from that day, right? Which is, like I say, in a combination of all the other stuff you've done, but there was something specific that happened when you came and spent the day with us in Manchester.
Yeah, there's something really magical about being in a room like that. And I guess it's hard to describe, but let's give it a shot. Like when you go into a room like that and everybody's there, obviously, because they're wanting to accomplish something or they're wanting to change something or embark on something. So the energy is always magnetic. And like at the start of your events like that, there's always, a beautiful energy of like apprehension, but good apprehension. It's like, what are we going to uncover today? What are we going to get to today? What's going to unfold for me? But it's a great environment from that perspective because you're buzzing to hear what's on other people's agendas that they're unfolding in their own life. But it's also a space for you to take some time to really take space away from your life and busyness of work to really explore, I guess, your wildest, darkest or brightest desires, because we can't always do that in life, can we? Or there isn't always space in our busy world to really take time to sit and actually allow yourself to get curious and go there and daydream about what is, I hate calling it your deepest, darkest desires, because that sounds like something dirty, but your brightest desires, like what do you want to achieve in your life? What legacy do you want to leave on the world? What impact do you want to have out there? And this capsule these days that you guys created in your menu of beautiful things of how you can work with you both, it's a space that allows you to do that. Because like, I know like in life we're busy, but we sometimes don't let ourselves carve out the time to explore, but sometimes we don't feel safe to talk to our friends or family members around us to really talk about what we want to achieve, because we might be told, oh, that's silly, or really, is that really what you want to do? Is it safe to do that? Oh, are you mad? we feel that we might be met with those type of reactions. So, you know, this environment, the capsules of these VIP days, and they're wonderful. It allows you to really go there.
I love that. A few different things you've said there. We underestimate the space piece of it, isn't it? It's like, one, saying yes to yourself, that you're worth investing in the first place, and two, creating that space where you can just sit and allow and be in your feminine energy and be a human being rather than a human doing. And like you said there, just such an important point, because you're surrounded by people who are like-minded, who are, you know, might have a different physical goal, but they're wanting to do great things and have impact, like you say, in the world, that you can say anything and they'll just nod and smile.
Yeah.
Rather
And
than say, question it.
Yeah, it's safe for you to explore that in that room. It's safe for you to do that. And in the realness of life and kind of everyday life, I know for me, I didn't always feel safe to articulate what I wanted, for fear of judgment, for fear of people thinking I was crazy. I'd had experiences where I did articulate it in the past and I didn't get the reactions I wanted, and you kind of go back into your shell. So I don't think we can underestimate that space and that safety that is created in that space, that allows you to go there and visualize and really play with the ideas of, oh my God, I could do this. But I think sometimes in life, in our day-to-day life, we are afraid to go there for fear of judgment of others. And then we don't allow ourselves that space, because it's kind of like, well, what's the point? You know, or it's not going to work anyway, or everybody's going to laugh at me, or everybody's going to judge me. We allow that narrative to play out, and it just doesn't happen in that room, because the people around the table with you are going to be on their own journey. They're going to be working on their biggest, brightest desires too.
Yeah. And what we do as part of those days is we help you to unblock some of those limiting beliefs about judgment and what will others think, as part of the journey anyway. When we're in the room, it's like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to dream of? What's getting in the way? Let's unblock it and get it out of the way, so that you can go and take steps to take steps towards it. But like you say, you have to feel safe enough. And Donna and I would never underestimate the magnitude of, actually, when you get people in a room who haven't actually met before, how we are able to create a space that feels safe for people who haven't physically met each other before to go there and talk about their deepest desires and really feel safe very quickly. And the other point you were making, to be your authentic self, that was the point that you were saying there, is to just be you. Be your authentic self. Talk about what's on your mind, talk about what's on your heart, and just be you, without filtering yourself, without dumbing yourself down, without dimming your sparkle because people think you're crazy. Just get to be you for a day and really explore what it is you want to have happen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge, because it's an environment where you can do that and you can go there and you can be yourself. But also, let's be frank, right? Life is so busy. And when often in your life as a woman do you get to remove yourself for a day, make that investment in you because you're worth it, take that time, go and really throw yourself into a day where you're going to actually work on yourself? And for me, you know, I traveled over to Spain from the event, you know, and gave myself that time because I was committing to me to go there and go all in. And like, it's a massive reward for yourself because you're worth it. But you'll reap the benefit of that award because you'll come away from the day just completely raring to go, you know, revitalized, refreshed, and feeling confident to go there and take whatever next inspired steps you want to take in your life.
I love that. So just tell everyone from maybe there was something that changed for you, right? That transformed something in your business. Do you want to tell everyone what that was, like where you were and then what you did?
Oh God. So we've been on a few kind of great journeys together over our years of working together. But I think on this particular point, I was moving away from one business, well, choosing to spend less time on one business venture I had and invest more of my time in another venture that we had, which is our family business. And I had this idea that, I wanted to launch a podcast that really gave people an insight into our life in Spain and what's it really like to relocate and move to a new country. Take the real estate fluff and jargon away from it, real life stories, real life people, what's life really like on the ground. And I'd had this idea and I'd been playing with it and sketching it, but I had imposter syndrome around it because I wasn't an expert in the field of our family business. I was more of a operations kind of HR girl, more of that kind of strategic background rather than, out there selling beautiful properties. So I was like, sure, who's going to listen to me? Who in their right mind is going to listen to me? But what I came away in the day, the VIP day that I had attended, I allowed myself the space, or the environment allowed me the space to get curious and go there and explore it. And I came away really clear on what the podcast was going to be, the vision, the mission, that it was going to be a tool that's going to be of service to support people. Because if I've been able to move to Spain without the language, with 2 little babies, and build my life and businesses and career here, I'm not special in any way. Other people can do the same. So I wanted to show people that it's possible for them too, because in our lives, right, if we don't see Johnny or Mary down the road packing up their bags and moving to Spain, we don't always feel that it's possible for us. So I wanted this podcast to be a tool that was of service to people. So after allowing myself the scope to get creative in the VIP day and tap into the beautiful energy of all the lovely women in the room who were inspiring because they were being brave to go there with their visions and dreams, I felt, you know what? Feck it, I can do this. And I can launch my podcast as a supportive tool for our family business. And I did. And it's been the best thing that I've ever done in business. Why? Because it's something that lights me up. By nature, I'm just curious about people and I want to hear their stories and I want to share that with the world. It has been the best thing I've ever done in business and I love it. And I'm delighted that I allowed myself, I suppose, first of all, that I committed to myself and invested in myself to go on the VIP day and took the time out of life and went there because, I allowed myself time to get creative and get curious, and as a result of that have an amazing tool that supports our business and supports so many people move to Spain and follow their dreams of moving to a different country.
I love that. And it's not just a podcast, it's a top charting podcast, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a chart topping podcast. It, for the month of April, sat at number 4 in the Irish travel and places to see charts for the full month. It's regularly hitting the top 5 spots in the top 20 in the UK charts. So yeah, it's a chart topping podcast with, I think we're over 11 or 12,000 downloads now. And, I get feedback every week from people without fail, thanking us for making this platform because it helps them see what's possible for them. Because if Sandra and Warner could do it, I think somebody wrote to me last week, we did an episode around, how to build a career. So we bring in expert guests and we brought in a very good friend of mine who is a senior recruitment director in Spain. And we talked about, what to think about when it comes to your CV structure and everything, because it's totally different over here. And a lady wrote to me and she was like, if Sandra from Ireland can do it, I can too. Oh. Exactly. And it just makes my heart go boom, burst with pride. So yeah, it's very special. The best thing I ever did for the business.
Love that. And it's also, impacted your business growth, right? Because you bring the podcast in, it's to serve, it's to show what's possible, and the success of the podcast gives you more reach, lets you have more impact, and also more reputation, then led to your build business growth and evolving the business as well, right? So it's
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're business women first, aren't we? So it has to have a return on the business. Of course, it's amazing that it has an impact on the world and it supports people, but it is a way of people choosing to work with us and finding us and getting to know us, building relationships with us before they even meet us. So it's that know, like, and trust factor. And it's educational, and it just means that when they find it, and they made their decision about Spain, it's a no-brainer that if they're coming to the area where we support and sell properties and run our businesses, well, they're going to work with us, because if they've been listening to our podcast, they know us. So so it's great. So it makes sense from a business point of view, but also, supporting people as well.
I love that. So if somebody's watching this and they haven't spent a day in a room with Donna and I, what advice would you give them if they're sat there thinking, I really want to go, but I'm not sure if it's for me? What would you say?
Well, first of all, my tummy is bubbling with jealousy, because I wish I could go in July, but I can't make July's event. So go, like, absolutely carve out the time, commit to yourself, go, because you will leave that day, you will leave that room a different person, and you leave with a level of excitement to try things in your life or try things in your business that maybe you haven't felt safe or brave enough to do before, because the environment, the room that day, you're going to acquire new skills and tools that you're going to have that are going to support you to take your next step. So do it. Just absolutely do it. You're never ever going to regret being in a room with Donna and Cheryl for a day, and you're lucky yokes if you've got the time to do it, or the opportunity to do it, because I wish I could be there myself.
See, let's all make Sandra even more jealous. No, when you don't.
I'm jealous.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. That's amazing. To just share the power. It's the power. It's the power of creating. It's the power of investing in yourself. It's the power of the creating space to allow the drop-ins, to remove the obstacles and limiting beliefs, to leave with confidence, as you said, to go and take 1, 2, 3 inspired steps, and then look what can happen, right? So
absolutely.
You heard Sandra.
Absolutely. And I think just another point on that is you will make new relationships in your life that will be part of your community forever. You'll meet people there that will be like-minded, and that's just a massive tick as well, because you'll forge relationships with these people and they'll stay in your circle. So there's just so many benefits.
I love that. And can people who are watching this now go on your profile and just check out your podcast?
Oh yeah, sure thing. Please do. So you can find us on Instagram or Facebook. We're WL Costa Properties, or on LinkedIn. I'm Sandra Laurie. You can find me there. And the podcast, if you search the Costa Property Podcast anywhere where you listen to your podcast, I think episode 63 has landed this week, and we're talking about a very topical topic this week, which is all around some of the anti-tourism protests that we're seeing all over the media at the moment, which is actually not happening on the ground. So we wanted to educate people a little bit around that. Also, if they're coming on holidays to Spain, not to be nervous, because it's not necessarily what you're going to see. So yeah, absolutely, that's where you can find us. Thank you for that, Cheryl.
Amazing. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing your inspirational journey and story with everyone. And yes, we're excited for more what's to come in your world, right? And what more you're going to do to take over Spain, basically.
Oh, that's yes. Getting curious, figuring out where we want to go next with this, and having a bit more fun along the way.
Love it. So thank you guys. If you want to come to the VIP day, then DM me and I will share more information. And yeah, give Sandra and Warner a follow, because it's funny. You're funny. Do you know what I mean? Follow them on social media. They just make you laugh. Like your reels and things, they're not like the normal property things that you might see out there. So, and have a fabulous day. And I am back live again tomorrow with the fabulous Mel as well. So tune in tomorrow if you want more of this inspiration. Just
we love Mel.
So yes, thank you. Thank you, Sandra, for joining us. We'll see you all later.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.